Welcome to the Raven Space on YouTube. My name is Jason, and this is Raven Space News, where we talk about Baltimore Ravens news 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I am excited to hop into it. First, I want to say please subscribe for the best Baltimore Ravens videos on the internet. Also, please comment below, like, and share this content. Special out to our Patreon subscribers because you guys are the best. And we're going to hop right in to the topics of the show. And first, we're going to talk about Urlacher versus Ray Lewis. If you guys didn't hear about that, we're going to talk about another mock draft. We're going to talk about Eric Decosta on the state of the receivers in the draft. And then we're going to do my favorite part of the show, the mailbag and the comment of the day. If you guys want to get in on this mailbag and comments, please put it in the comment section below. You guys had some great questions and comments last video, so you guys are making it hard for me to pick one. Please keep it going. Now, we're going to go to the first topic of the day. Kevin Mawae stated that he believes that Brian Urlacher is better than Ray Lewis. You guys, if you guys don't know who Kevin Mawae is, he is a great center who, of course, is retired now, and he's up in the Hall of Fame bid along with Urlacher and Lewis. Now, everybody has their differing opinions, and I'm fine with whatever you believe about football. First, I'm going to say it might be biased. I don't think so, but I think Ray Lewis is the best middle linebacker in the history of the NFL. I really, truly do believe this. I will also say that everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Now, I'll tell you guys why Mawae thinks Urlacher over Lewis. He says that Urlacher was able to better play in the box. He was able to take on offensive linemen and get to the running back. You know, he was more physical down there. He was doing the work of a defensive end and a middle linebacker many times. His critique against Ray Lewis is because the Ravens have historically always had a good package of defensive linemen, that they kept Ray Lewis very clean, and he was a jumper. That's what the word that he used, a jumper, which I believe means read the play, jump to the ball. Versus Urlacher, who had to push offensive linemen off of him in order to make tackles. That's the main difference that he states, that Urlacher was more physical in the box versus Ray Lewis, who was less physical because he seldom got touched on a second level. Sure, I see that. I never thought that Ray Lewis was not physical. I thought that Ray Lewis read the offenses so well that he oftentimes knew where the hole was going to be. Because there are plenty of linebackers with great defensive linemen that aren't great players, right? If you even look at a team like the Eagles, who have great, I mean, absolutely awesome, maybe the best defensive line in football, they still don't have great linebackers. So it's more than just being clean and jumping to the ball. And, you know, also, he's not taking in the facts, the leadership that Ray Lewis brought to the Baltimore Ravens every single week. Ray Lewis is one of the greatest leaders in football, and he is definitely the greatest leader in football that does not play quarterback. And so I don't think he's really taking that into account. And also, Lewis has 2 Super Bowl rings. You know, that is a big deal to some people. And so you have to throw that in there as well. Let me know in the comments below who you guys think is the best. I'm pretty sure I know your answer. And if I think that if you answer something else than I think, it's going to be tough for you in the comment section. So, you know. Now we're going to go to the second topic. And Daniel Jeremiah's first mock draft has the Ravens drafting offensive tackle Orlando Brown Jr. Again, we've been seeing a lot of this already, that Orlando Brown Jr. and other offensive tackles are being slated to go to the Baltimore Ravens. The reason is that we know that last year our offense could have been better with 2 things: playmakers or a better offensive line. And when I say playmakers, I mean specifically playmakers on the next level. Playmakers at receiver. Not, because we had a playmaker at running back. We needed playmakers down the field. But Jerimiah has taken Orlando Brown to protect Joe Flacco for those deep throws. Orlando Brown's father, Orlando Brown Sr., you guys who've been Ravens fans for a long time may know, he played offensive line for the Ravens, as well. So I think not a bad pick. We're going to talk about the next topic, which talks about the receivers, but not a bad pick. Offensive tackle is a need. I'll be 100% happy if we take an offensive tackle there, and hopefully he can grow and mature. Now, he has to play day one, in my opinion, because the first round picks are too valuable to be bust, and you get the most out of them when they play day one. And also, John Harbaugh, it doesn't help John Harbaugh if his first round pick is on the bench and they don't make the playoffs, because then he's fired and then the next coach will get the advantage of that. So we're going to go to the next topic, the third topic, an interesting topic, where Eric Decosta discussed the wide receiver class in the 2018 draft. I like Eric Decosta because sometimes he gives smoke screens, but when he talks, I feel like he's up front. I think all eyes he does when he talks about the draft is throw smoke screens and just throws them, and I can't tell what's happening, right? They'll say something 1 second, and you're like, is that the truth? Is that not? Decosta, he when I say hear him talk, he's more of a straight shooter. So, basically, he said that the strength of the receiving class is in the second round of the draft. So, if you hear that, you really feel that there's one receiver that the Ravens will draft at that 16th spot. His name is Calvin Ridley. I do not think he'll be there. I honestly think that Calvin Ridley is taken with the 8th pick by the Chicago Bears. They had a pretty okay defense last year. Not okay. They had a decent defense. They'll get better. Their offense was terrible for the most part. They have a great running back, though. So you add a good running back. So you already have a good running back. You add a big-time receiver to Mitch Trubisky, and you could get the magic going there. I think that if he's taken off the board, the Ravens do not draft a receiver in the first round, the Ravens know that teams know the Ravens want a receiver, so they're going to draft them, I think, well before they get to the Ravens, or they might even trade up, something, whatever. But I think this tells, excuse me, this tells us, I'm so excited, this tells us the story of what the Ravens are going to do this offseason. We're going to go and pursue a receiver in free agency, and then we're going to go draft a receiver in the 2nd to 3rd round with an offensive lineman or a tight end in the 1st round. And I think that's the best move to do. And I sincerely hope that this makes us a better team on offense, because a great defense. So we had a great defense. A great defense and a good offense is enough to make the playoffs. And as I say, once you get into the dance, you can get the pretty girl. You just gotta, work hard. All that matters is getting into the dance first. So, I hope they go with that. Draft offensive lineman, 1st, 2nd round, get a receiver, and pair that receiver with the receiver you got from free agency. So, now we're going to go to the mailbag question of the day, and this is sponsored by the Raven Space Patreon and our patrons. If you guys want to support the Raven Space and all the great quality free content that we give you, please check it out in the description below. It really helps us out, and we really do need it. And this question comes from Jose Catarat. Sorry, I said Jose Catarat. I'm sorry, Joseph Catarat. And his question is, how would Ravens fans feel about trading for a Tampa Bay tight end, Cameron Brate, a guy who's underrated and will possibly come cheap and fills a glaring need? Joseph, this is one of the best questions asked, which is why I got picked. I think that is an excellent idea. And I think because One, Cameron Brate is a great player. I think he performed very well in Tampa Bay. Also, they have O.J. Howard, who is better than him. And O.J. Howard will mature. I think that he will be cheap, just like you said. I think that you can get, if the Ravens wanted to, if you package a player that you don't use, let's say like a Brashard Perriman, in the 3rd round pick, I think you may be able to get Cameron Brate. Maybe you add a little bit more juice. Maybe you add a 3rd and a 4th. I don't know. But I think a player, a 3rd, we have a conversation to be had. So I think it's good. I don't think it will happen because Buccaneers know that O.J. Howard was a rookie last year. It's going to take him about 2-3 years from being drafted to mature into a great tight end. Tight end is a physical position, and it's a grown man position. And so I think that you'll see they'll keep him as a stopgap, and maybe in 2 years they'll be ready to let him go, especially when it comes time for contract time, where you're going to have to pay him big bucks because he can get big bucks from another team. So now we're going to go to the comment of the day, and this comment comes from Brandon Kuntz, and his comment is, I really don't like Josh Allen. I watched this game against Oregon, who were not a top 25 team, and he absolutely sucked. He had terrible accuracy and poor decision making. I'll be heartbroken if we draft him. Thank you so much for your comment. And I chose this comment because I saw a lot of people feel this way in the comments. There were a couple of people that said, I wouldn't be upset. We can develop him. But I saw a lot of people say no. They don't like him. Go get a player in the 2nd round that can help you mature, or that you can mature, or a player in the 3rd round, a quarterback that you can grow. And they think that they have the same ceiling. So, but I thought it was a good comment, and I hope that everyone else thought it was good too. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to the Raven Space on YouTube for the best Barners content on the internet. Like and comment on this video. Also, please help us grow at patreon.com/theravenspace. It helps us a whole lot. Lastly, if you cannot do that and you really want to help us grow, please repost this video on your Facebook and your Twitter. Take the 5-10 seconds it takes to share this. It helps us out. You'll be doing us a huge favor. Thank you guys so much, and go Ravens.